Hey, what is going on guys? So today we're checking out the PlayArt Kai Final Fantasy VII Barret. So this is a brand new figure which has just been announced, and yeah, it looks to be a pretty nice piece. There isn't a massive difference compared to the original figure, but yeah, today we're going to take a look. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to check out this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest PlayArt Kai Final Fantasy VII news and updates. Hope you guys are having a great time playing Final Fantasy VII, and most importantly, I hope you guys are doing okay and are keeping safe during these times. So yeah, take care guys. So of course we have the whole lineup of all the figures in this series. So we have Cloud Strife, we have Aerith, Barret, and Tifa. But of course today we're taking a look at the Barret. So there's no word yet on when Sephiroth, Reno, or Rude will be up for pre-order, but when these figures are available, I'll be sure to let you guys know, so be sure to hit that bell notification. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. So now, as I mentioned, there isn't a massive difference on this figure compared to the original. I think the only main differences are the head sculpt on the figure and the paint job. But apart from that, it pretty much seems to be the exact same figure from what I can see. I mean, if you guys see any differences on this figure, then please do let me know in the comments. So the figure is due to be released in September 2020, which is quite a while away, but nonetheless, I'm just super happy that we're going to have all these figures before the end of the year. So yeah, I really cannot wait. And it's also a pretty good price as well, compared to some Bring Ours figures. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. So here's a look at the front of the figure. So from what I can see, it looks to be the same sculpt on the figure compared to the original Remake Barret from 2017. I think the sculpting is pretty much the same, but as I mentioned, it's just got an updated paint job. I think the skin tone on the figure is also a lot different. It seems to be painted a lot lighter compared to the original Barret. So here's a comparison between the 2017 Barret, and yeah, as you can see, there's not a whole lot different. I'm really not 100% sure if it's a recast of the exact same figure. And here's a look at the original Advent Children Barret, which is a way different looking figure. I mean, just the overall design is completely different. So yeah, there's a look at all three Barrets which PlayArt Kai have currently made. Which one do you guys think look the best? Let me know in the comments below. I personally think this new updated Barret is probably the best figure, but I mean, they're all great figures, and yeah, I really love them all. And so next up here we have a look at the side of the figure. So I mean, Barret isn't one of my favorite characters, but I actually really love him in the remake, and yeah, he's pretty funny with some of the stuff he says. But yeah, here's a look at the figure, and I mean, just look at that minigun on his arm, it's so nicely detailed. I guess there's probably going to be a swivel joint on this machine gun piece, just like the original figure. So yeah, I assume the minigun is going to have some articulation in there. And so here's a look at the figure in a pretty nice looking action pose. It seems like the figure is pretty articulate. I mean, it's got a nice range of motion, so it's pretty nice to know that we can get the figure in some dynamic poses. And I also love this tattoo on his arm. I think they've updated the detail on this tattoo. It just looks a lot more clear, and yeah, I think they did a great job. And here's a look at the legs. Just all those creases, all those folds sculpted in there. It's just such a nice job. And here is a look at the back of the figure. I honestly think they've updated the sculpt on the clothing. It just looks a lot more gritty, and it's got way more texture in there. I mean, this jacket piece just looks super rough, so I really love the detail which PlayArt Kai have added in there. And I really love this cloak piece on his arm. It really does give the illusion as if it's made of real fabric. And so here we have the figure with an alternate head sculpt. This is probably like the main difference on this figure. I don't think we've ever got a Barret with an alternate head sculpt, so yeah, it's super nice that we have a new head sculpt for Barret. And yeah, what a head sculpt, it looks super good. I think he does have quite a nice resemblance to how he looks in the game. I mean, I've really got nothing to complain about on this figure. It seems to be a pretty solid piece. And yeah, we also have a spare hand holding the glasses, which is really cool. It's a super unique hand to include with the figure. I'm so happy that they included this. I mean, we can really get the figure in some nice poses with this alternate headpiece and alternate hand. So yeah, such a nice job by Square Enix. And here's a look at the accessories which come with the figure. So yeah, once again, we have the alternate head sculpt, we have the alternate hands, and we have an open hand. So I mean, yeah, not a great deal of accessories, but I mean, this figure is going to be absolutely massive. This is probably going to be the biggest figure of the group. So yeah, of course he's not going to come with as many accessories as the other figures in this line. And so last up here we have everything which is included with the figure. So once again, we have the hands, we have the spare head sculpt, and we have this black display stand, which it seems to be a new stand which Players Kai are developing for these new Players Kai Final Fantasy VII Remake figures. It's a much better looking stand, it just makes the figure look way more professional, and yeah, it's way better compared to the clear plastic display stands which they used to make. So yeah, there's a look at everything that comes with the figure. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this figure, and if you're going to pick it up. And so next up, we're going to check out the rest of the figures in this series. So we have Cloud, Aerith, and Tifa. So yeah, we're going to check those figures out in the next video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest Players Kai Final Fantasy VII news and updates. Thank you for watching, hope you guys have a great day, and yeah, stay safe. Alright, take it easy guys.